Finally, it's the end of the year, and you made it, and it's time to celebrate the holidays, whatever they may be. If none, there's not too much to celebrate in 2020, let's be honest. So, it's time to finally take a big bow and wrap up 2020. All 69 months of it. Perfect time to talk about something that we all hold near and dear to our hearts. That's right, video games. And I'm not talking about just any video games. No. Talking about everyone's favorite home console of all time. Yep, that's right, you. You right there, watching this video on your modern day home console. No, turn that shit off. After liking and subscribing, of course. No, I'm talking about the best home console of all time. Even just check out Jimmy opening up for Christmas. Now, come on, let me see your PS5 do that. And even if it did, it would be at least 3 times more expensive. Holidays are all about coming together. I thought it would be a perfect time to make an episode with someone else. Hold on. I think that might be them calling right now. Hello? Oh, hey, Mr. Will Smith. Yeah, I was just about to announce the video we're about to do together. What do you mean, filming with other people? Who? So you're just gonna dip on me like that in the holidays? Alright. See ya. Well, looks like we're gonna have to do a video with someone way more famous than Mr. Will Smith Hancock himself. I am legend. I'm a robot. Motherfucker.
Dear Mr. Pie, happy holidays. Does Sweden even have... Never mind. Will you please be in my massive-scale, theatrical-sized movie docu-series, the Netflix exclusive YouTube video about video games that came out 24 years ago? If not, I understand you're a busy guy. But I will tell all my friends to slap dislike at least 5 times. Well, I better message a few people just in case I want to have all my eggs in one basket. You know, I know he's going to respond, but might as well just message a few people, you know, just in case. Dear Mr. Plier, greetings gamer with the voice as soothing as opening up an ice-cold sody pop on a warm, humid summer day when the sun reflects off said sody pop into a magnifying glass, forming the sun's rays into a beam of heat that causes a local fire because of the lack of rain clouds, leaving the landscape dry, combustible, and easily set ablaze. You want to make YouTube videos together? You are my first choice.
Now we just wait. It shouldn't take very long. I'm sure the messages is going to be pouring in any second now.
A few inches later.
Looks like I haven't got a single message back. And you know what? I'm just going to have to do what everybody else has been asking for so long. I'm going to go to the comment section and I'm going to message my biggest inspiration. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Dear I tweeted you, but you still ain't responding. I left my my channel, and my IG at the bottom. I said 2 comments in June, but you must have known. Must have been another problem of YouTube. They'll fix it soon. But anyways, how's your bird? I hope he's doing well. I'd like to do a collab of a video, if that's swell. Just about games and stuff, sorta like your past. I hope to hear back from you. Dad.
And send. Alright, now we just have to wait. Hey, oh my gosh, looks like we already got a message back. I'm not alone.
The Nintendo 64, Nintendo's 3rd generation of home consoles, coming out on the September 29th of 1996, and that's a whole 24 years ago. The Nintendo 64, or what it's notoriously known as on the streets, the N64, was the first home console to ever bring the 3D generation of gaming right there on a screen near you. Yeah, that's right, your house. The closest screen near you, it's literally right there in your house. Well, actually, the Vectrex was the first 3D home console in 1982. Nope, doesn't count. People actually bought the N64. It's not like the Vectrex had Mario either. Speaking of Mario 64, I've seen a lot of people argue that the N64 had one of the best launch title lineups of all time. So, 24 years later, let's just see if this lineup has what it takes to compete with such legendary launch titles as the PlayStation 4's Knack or even Wii Sports. The N64 would go on to launch with Pilotwings 64 and Super Mario 64. And yup, I know exactly what you're thinking. That's right, Only 2 games. One of which being a child's flight simulator where you fly various flying things, places. Oh, and the other one is just one of the most revolutionary game titles of all time, Mario 64, taking one long giant sea jump into the world of 3D polygons. A game so good that basically was the only N64 title and still considered one of the best gaming console lineups ever. Imagine PlayStation 5 right now just drops with only 2 games on it. Yeah, well, Nintendo did that. Somehow, they actually managed to pull it off. And on top of that, not only did they drop with only 2 games in the West here, they also shaped the controller like a goddamn Mutant Ninja Turtle hand. Just when you thought gaming controllers were evolving and the future looked bright for the hand comfort while gaming, Nintendo put buttons on a boomerang. Yo, Nintendo are such gaming rock stars. They said, we don't care. Just give them 2 games and a carpal tunnel controller, and we'll still outsell the consoles. We're Nintendo. Wait, no. You kidding me? The PlayStation 1 on their first console already outsold us? It's our third console. Yeah, it's their first one?
Oh, but sales don't mean jack unless you're a stockholder or plan on being successful. Video games are all about the art. Oh yeah, I may forget to pay my hydro bill again. But as I was saying, it's all about the art. It's not about the views. I mean the sales.
Well, the N64 wasn't done pulling all the stops. They also included 4 controller ports so everyone can play games or the video together. The N64 doubled the amount of gamers that could game on one television back in the 90s, baby, making it the hub for party games. And what would party games be on the N64 without Mario?
Well, it wouldn't be a very corporate sellout party, I'd tell you that.
Taking full advantage of 4 players, Nintendo pulled out all the stops with Mario Party, a board game-like multiplayer experience with mini-games, pitting you and your friends against each other in an all-out war.
I mean, it's a game so intense. Afterwards, you may not even have any friends at all.
All my friends are dead.
Mario Party 1, 2, and 3 weren't the only games bringing the boomers together. Oh no, there was much more. We also had Mario Tennis, Mario Kart, Mario Golf, Dr. Mario, and Mario Avoids Taxes. 4-player version. And even games not Mario, I know it's hard to believe Nintendo made those, but 007, arguably the game to single-handedly bring competitive and fun multiplayer first-person shooters to the home console and revolutionized how they make Call of Duties every year. We also had Diddy Kong Racing, Star Fox, Perfect Dark Zero, F-Zero, and the single game to revolutionize party games and make the most successful party game of all time, Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness. No? Wrong game? Okay. Super Smash Bros. 64. That's right, the N64 was responsible for the very first Smash game ever known. If it wasn't for the N64, who knows? We may have never lived in a time where you could smash 3 of your bros at once. But the N64 wasn't just for multiplayer madness, it was also great for immersive single-player experiences. It would mark the first time you would ever see beloved series make the transition to 3D. We not only got to see the full 3D reimagining of the Mushroom Kingdom in Mario, but we would also get to visit such worlds as Hyrule and Zelda, and even see Nintendo's very first character ever in 3D, Donkey Kong.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail.
I mean, even Yoshi got a cool storybook world. We can't forget Mega Man, Bomberman, Rayman, and the best man, Pokemon. Pokemon? Yep, that's right. The first time we'll ever see fully 3D modeled Pokemon in the height of what was considered Pokemania. You could even go to Blockbuster without seeing one of these Pokemon back in the day. Oh, and were there ever Pokemon games for the N64? They made sure to cash in on them fast. Pokemon Stadium 1, Pokemon Stadium 2, Snap, Puzzle League, and yell at Japan's Mickey Mouse and Hey You Pikachu. You know, kind of think of it. Pretty sure Nintendo got out of all of their mainline franchises on the N64. I can't seem to think of even a single franchise that got left out. Oh yeah, I can. I almost forgot about Sonic. You know, would have loved to see a Sonic 64. I mean, sheesh, the very first 3D Zelda game ever released on the N64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, transitioned so well into 3D that its very first attempt, critics, reviewers alike, still called this as the golden standard of 3D single-player games. So much so, it is possibly still to be considered the best game of all time. At least it was for many, many, many years after it came out. I mean, top-down Zelda games are much better in my opinion, but I'm no IGN, GameSpot, or G4, what do I know?
I can't read.
If it wasn't for the N64 and my favorite developer of all time, at the time, Ocarina of Time, I would have never been introduced to some of my favorite game franchises to this day. Banjo-Kazooie and Conker's Bad Fur Day, two 3D platformers building off what Mario 64 established, but with a collectathon twist and so much personality and exploration while still maintaining a fun-to-play game and easy to control. I mean, come on, they're even named after instruments. How much more rock and roll does it get? And that's not to say that the N64 didn't have its flaws. Notice how all of the games I've mentioned have been either made by Nintendo or Rareware. Well, that's because it was very expensive to develop for this console, not only to experiment for your first time transitioning to 3D, but also the cartridges that the developers would have to buy from Nintendo themselves, opposed to the blank discs that would go into developing for the PlayStation 1. The cartridge era was truly at the end of its lifespan, making it very hard to not only fit games, but also audio files and music onto the cartridges, making Nintendo lose support from very big developers such as Square, who made all of the previous Final Fantasy games for all of the old Nintendo consoles. I mean, Final Fantasy VII was such a large game, it took 3 discs. That would have been 12 Nintendo cartridges, and that's a lot of cartridges. Wow, everyone, look at that guy. He has N64 Final Fantasy VII. What a loser. And without help from the third-party company developers who either couldn't afford to develop for the N64 and the PlayStation 1 and chose the PlayStation 1, or developers not making their games very good at their first attempt at 3D on 3D technology, the N64 would go on to eventually lose to the PlayStation 1 when it came to sales.
Who cares about sales, am I right? Yeah. You still gotta pay those bills, though. But as always, I've been R9, and I hope you have yourselves a damn good year.
Thank you guys so much for all your support in 2020 and making the year not suck as bad as it really should have. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure as always to check out my video on Clock Tower, or if you want more N64 content, check out Pokemon Snap, an absolutely emulated disaster.